thing that's really important to me as well, I have a sales organization. Some of those sales individuals are first or second jobs, so they are 20 maybe, they're young, they're probably not even quite millennial. That post-millennial workforce expects a very different environment. We talk a lot about millennials and what do millennials want. Generation Z or iGen or whatever we're going to settle on as a name for that generation of those born sort of mid-90s and on, is going to want a different environment to work in. They really want to be part of something. There's a real sense of purpose, and so the purpose of the organisations, the intent in which you enable people to work and allow people to work. Very visual, very sophisticated, technically, really want to connect and be social, but also want to engage that globalization and that technology. So I think it's an interesting area for us to think about as our workforce changes in terms of their age and their demographic into this new Gen Z. How are we going to cope with our Gen Z? And I think really the way to think about it is to have a different approach and to think about integrating your life with your work rather than striving for this separacy that, quite frankly, at the moment we do not have. Some people don't even have another room to separate their work from their life from. And so saying to someone, oh, well, you just need a better work-life balance, is probably a little bit insensitive to them and their environment. And I have individuals who work in my organisations where they are in multiple flat shares with multiple adults, with not much common space, with one broadband connection. So there's a whole mental health impact there. But just saying to them, well, just make it more separate, isn't going to work, and I can't see us having a radically different change moving forward. I was reading some statistics. There was a study carried out by Morgan Stanley that said last month, and that was prior to the UK government saying maybe you should all work from home, but last month only 34% of people working from home had returned to the office. So only about a third of people who were formerly working in an office had gone back then, and I expect now that's probably changed. So now we need to think about that integration and connection. And for me, there's a sort of a two-pronged way of doing that. You have to adopt the technology to enable that to be an integrated work life. And then you have to have the management structure and framework to enable that to be acceptable.